What is going on? I'm zmoT. We're going to do a potpourri of things today. I think it's a Jeopardy reference, which is a big deal because Ken Jennings just kicked everyone's butts at the greatest GOAT Jeopardy thing ever. More importantly, we've got some new info. They have changed the Mega Crab. They're not going to do the Hasty Mega Crab. They're going to do the Lunar Mega Crab, which is the proper crab. We've already had the Hasty Crab. It was back in May, so they're going to do the Lunar Crab as on schedule, and then we'll get Hasty back in May for those of you who are concerned because the Hasty is ridiculously fun. A little bit sad to see the Hasty go, but we're going to get the Lunar Mega Crab, which is going to be super awesome. Other news, we have a new community manager. Boom has been kind of floating rudderless among the archipelago for the last little while. Nuno is going to step up. Have been working with him a fair bit the last while. Huge props to him. I don't know if that's props is the right word. Props to Rick and Drew and all those guys for all their work they've done. I'm excited about Nuno. Obviously, we've had a bunch of new community managers. We've been excited about all of them, so I'm not going to speak too much about that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is this account. We are on the zmoT account. This is my main account. This is the one that has instant training. I also have second builder trying desperately to get to level 68. Which is kind of stupid, actually. Rushing to get things done so we can be back to maxed. My armory is completely done now. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to quickly do a War Factory hit, just because it's a cool hit that I tried last week that I think is kind of neat. Then we're going to move to Warships. Then we're going to move to Imitation Game. Going to try to do all of the things. Not even going to scout on this. We're going to get in here. We're going to use Warriors because Warriors are incredibly fun for this hit. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a side drop with Warriors because you can never do too many side drops with Warriors. And then we're going to use all sorts of smoke at the same time. And we're going to get right up to 1, 2 into there. I think I just totally botched the smokes. Hopefully, forgot to drop bullet. Get running, bullet. Hopefully he gets into there. If not, not the end of the world. And now we should just be able to clear all of this stuff. Like just Warriors clearing absolutely everything in here. It's a bit ridiculous, but it's incredibly fun. And you can get all sorts of stuff down just by running at all of this stuff. And then we're going to run back into this corner in a second, and we can get the shields and the mortars and all of that stuff. It's ridiculous, but it's easy, and it's a cool, fun way to do things. And so then once you're done with the Warriors, you can come back and get the headquarters down, or the core, or whatever the heck it's called. So I highly do recommend it. It's fun, it's interesting, it's something different that for a lot of people really do enjoy using Warriors. So this is a good way to get all of the shields down and do it slightly differently than normal. My bullet placement here, I would say, definitely needs some work, but overall you can get all of this stuff down without a ton of effort or skill, and just let your Warriors run wild. I was trying desperately to make a Randy Savage reference. I just couldn't. Running wild, is that Macho or the Ultimate Warrior? I don't know. Some sort of wrestling reference. Running wild on your brother. Is that a Hulk Hogan reference even? Anyways, just missed reference. So let's see if we can't get that last shield down. Just need one more flare. Hopefully Bullet can walk over there and take it down, and then we'll retreat because I really don't want to sit here. So you can clear all sorts of stuff as long as you get Bullet in the right sort of position. Don't need to use Zookas and bullet placement and all that sort of stuff. So fairly fun way to do War Factory that I forgot to mention on my earlier video. So you can clear the entire core, basically do save the core with Warriors as long as you get Bullet in the right sort of spot and avoid the grabblers. So that's that. Now we're going to get into War Factory. Warships. Now, Warships, I found it's this season I'm not super enamored with, and yes, I just used the word enamored. I find that it's just kind of the same attack over and over again, but on the plus side, you don't need instant training because it's all about rocket choppas. Now, I've got a decent win streak going here, so I figured there's no better way to end a win streak than go on the internets and record. So everyone's got 100% troop damage. Everyone's got 100% defensive building damage. So all you really need to do is shock the shock launchers and then just flare stuff. It's a complete race situation and doesn't require a heck of a lot of skill. I like coming from this left beach. It seems to be a little bit more effective. Everyone's got their mines over there. We're just going to flare the engine room and then just watch, and eventually we're going to get some battle orders involved, but all we really need to do is shock like a pro, I believe is what it was called. I just missed my shock like a pro moment, so we're going to have a bit of problems, and definitely going, you know what, let's just flare this shock launcher just to get rid of it. The fact that it's right there on top of where we need to be anyways is really going to help us. Let's get battle orders running, and I'm not feeling good about this attack already. This is the first time I think I've ever had a missed shock in my win streak here, so going to be a problem. As soon as you miss a shock in this season of Warships, you're going to be in problem land. Now, otherwise, I mean, I think my win streak, I have averaged about 3 minutes and 2 seconds, so definitely going to be my slowest attack here. Hopefully we get on top of that shock launcher's blind spot by coming from the left, which really should help us. Definitely not my fastest attack. Added about 14 seconds. You should be getting about 302, 303 this season if you want to win at the 5 engine room area. Just generally, just flaring engine rooms. I mean, this guy's using Grenadiers, which this is honestly the first time I've seen Grenadiers. I'm guessing maybe they don't have Bombardiers. If you go Bombardiers, you get that extra defensive building damage. So very strange seeing Grenadiers. A little bit lucky, and the fact that I'm down at the 20 tier just shows why we're seeing Grenadiers. Anyways, we're going to leave that. I'll come back to that attack soon. We're going to switch accounts. I'll be back in just 1 second. So speaking of frustrating things about Warships, this account is my TMOS account. Sitting at level 22 on the diamond, this account did not experience nearly the chest losses that my other accounts did, but the problem is that we're stuck. We can't get this engine room without the Admiral's Key or HQ20, so everything is maxed. My critters are maxed. I'm going to start maxing my Grenadiers here in a minute. Everything that I need is maxed, so it's just a complete race against time, and I end up going up and down and up and down. And anyways, so no warships on this account at the moment. Let's get into the imitation game. I find that imitation game without endless reserves, without instant training, is fairly exciting on this account because it's player versus player, and I really, the fact that it kind of makes it more interesting, I find. So we're going to get into this. Now, before we do that, or as we do that, as you might have noticed, I kind of doubt you've noticed, but my whole plan is to start just using every boom phrase I can think of. We're going to go with Mr. Boombastic. We're going to go with Boom Goes the Dynamite. Everything booms. I have many. Okay, Boomer. There are many boom phrases that I have thought about and planned. It's just an easy way to name videos without having to figure out any sort. I guess it's kind of it's doing work to be lazy, if that makes any sense at all. So if you have a phrase that includes the word boom, I would love to include it in the title of one of my videos. Trying to do something new. My struggles for titles and thumbnails and stuff just cause me nothing but grief. So I came up with a strategy, and we're just going to follow it through. And hopefully for these random videos that are not any one specific part of Boom Beach, we can mix it up. I just found a new task force for my Anon Moose YouTube account, and I found 2. I went in one, just not enough chatter. Went in the second one, and I did an operation attack and soloed a base, and no one cared. And it was just like the next person used all Grenadiers and all tanks. And anyways, so the kind of task, and someone actually pointed it out in a rudish sort of way. There are many types of task forces. The task force that I'm looking for is a specific variety, and that is one that has active chatter and has operations mostly every day, if not every day, and one where players don't just send, and also doesn't have many missed attacks. Missed attacks are the number one annoyance in task forces, in my opinion, and also one that has don't have players sending tanks at boom cannons or sending Zookas at rocket launchers without smoke, or like there's just a certain type of task force that I like to play in. Obviously there's different task forces for everyone. Some people just like attacking and not worrying about the team aspect. There's all sorts of ways to play. So the ones that I'm looking for are the ones that I find to be the most fun. So obviously there are many types of task forces, and I'm not looking for the other kinds. That's all it comes down to. So we're going to do a one smoke drop. I was also criticized about not doing a one smoke drop on War Factory yesterday, which I thought didn't make any sense because there were doom cannons and flamethrowers and stuff. I find that I talk about the things that I'm criticized about, even though I shouldn't let them come to heart, or whatever that expression is. But so many shocks. Look at this. So many shocks. The beautiful, beautiful thing about the tribal, what is that called? Tribal GBE boost. Curious to see what kind of tribes we're going to get for the next crab. I have no idea. Hopefully there's going to be something like tank speed or bullet health or something ridiculous just to make people go even further. I'd love for there to be some sort of tribal boost where you had to like gamble on it being a good boost or something like that, because obviously if they had like negative tank damage, no one would boost it. But if there was some sort of like spinny wheel thing where you could gamble on getting a positive or a negative result, it'd be kind of cool. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just trying to think of ways to get the tribes to be more exciting / interesting. Now we're walking fairly far here. Not sure this is actually required, but without critters, I like to get as far from defenses as possible. Use a little bit extra gunboat energy to get far, far away. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have so many shocks. Like every single building in range is shocked. Stage 5. Boom goes the Dynamite. There is today's title, folks. Had to use it at least once. If you've never seen the Boom Goes the Dynamite video on YouTube, go check that out. Just awkward sportscasting moment. Just actually, speaking of that, there was another one last week, but that was shared on my Discord. All sorts of sportscasting is such a weird thing, and I guess it's kind of like what I'm doing here on the whole YouTube. We're sportscasting Boom Beach, I suppose. Anyways, let's keep. By the way, weather update for those of you who I got so much crap from people. We, on the west coast of Canada, we get so much crap from everyone because they're like, oh, you got 3 inches of snow and everything shuts down. We have no infrastructure here. We have no budget here. It snows here. Everyone assumes that Canada's like this big, cold place where we live in igloos, but it's actually pretty warm all of the time except for like 1 week a year. And sometimes during that 1 week a year it snows. So this time it did snow, and we got like a foot of snow, and now we are just in a slush bowl. It is like 5 degrees today, 4 degrees today, something like that. And so all of the 1.5 feet or whatever the heck we got of snow is just melted into a slushy, disgusting grossness. So that's where we're sitting today, and all the kids are back to school today, and they're just going to get absolutely soaked and miserable and cold, and yeah. Winter is strange in Western Canada is what it comes down to. So I called it as a potpourri. Speaking of potpourri, look at all of those wonderful, wonderful rewards. We got 1 crystal, which I forgot to make a big deal about. Woohoo. But 59 diamonds. Now this is, speaking of gambling, do we spend 59 diamonds or do we not? Let's just have a look and see what stage 7 is going to bring us. This base, obviously, they don't like getting raided by warriors based on their mine configuration. 1, 2, 3 doom cannons, which makes sense because they have tank medic loaded. I find that people tend to build prototypes and bases based on the troops they use, which makes some sense. I'm fairly confident we can take this down though. So we can either clear these mines or we can come out wide. We do need to smoke the shore. Let's just see. You know what? I'm going to do this the simple way. We're going to clear a nice little hidey hole right here. we're going to clear these mines. Now, I said I was going to do it the simple way. I was going to just barrage this front rocket launcher. If you're not super comfortable with smoke, barrage that front rocket launcher. It'll free you up to do things in a nice, easy way. I'm not going to do that, though, even though I said I was. And then we're just going to go right into here. We're going to keep the delay. You can actually smoke 9 boats underneath 2 smokes, just like that. Obviously, with an HQ-18, you don't need to worry about 9 bolts, but you do need to worry about your troops randomly walking wide around. I thought they were all going to walk up that crack. My flare was clearly a little bit too far to the right, though. So now we just need to get all of our troops. Oh, just lost the delay. Awesome. But thankfully, we only have 3 shocks. So I said thankfully, and then I was wrong. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, and we're probably going to get pummeled by that Doom Cannon right below the core. But I think we can take this base down, even though they've got some mice and boosted and all that sort of stuff. So using squishy troops, definitely to your advantage if you can use Zookas. If not, there are many, many ways to take that down. Stage 7 does not look difficult. None of these stages do, to be completely honest. So, nice, easy imitation game. Let me know if you have a boom phrase. Let me know what you think about this season of Warships. Like I said, there's easy chests, because you just flare all of the different engine rooms, but doesn't really do it for me. It's just like the same race over and over again, not a lot of thought put into it. All you have to do is figure out where the shock launchers are. Maybe at engine room level 6 or 7 it's different, but engine room 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all basically the same thing, just same attacks over and over again. So that's it for me. Hopefully you guys have a wicked weekend. Today is July the 17th in the archipelago. July, I wish. June the 16th. Not June either, January. Holy J's, Batman. Anyways, that's enough for me. As always, thanks for coming in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and downvote and upvote and comment and all that stuff, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT.